Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a really significant shift in how healthcare practices get seen online. Forget just, obsessing over those top Google rankings for a second. There's this whole other way people are finding information now, and it's all about artificial intelligence. Think of this as your shortcut to understanding why maybe your old patient acquisition strategies aren't quite hitting the mark anymore.
That's exactly right. We've been looking at some really interesting insights, particularly from Roxford Digital, and it paints a clear picture of this evolution for healthcare online. Our mission today really is to unpack the differences between traditional SEO, something most clinics know at least a bit about, and this rising field of GEO, that's generative engine optimization. Understanding both, and crucially how they interact, is becoming frankly non-negotiable if you want to connect with patients today.
Okay, so let's start with what most people know. SEO, search engine optimization. For a healthcare practice, that usually means ranking high on Google, right? Doing the keyword research, getting backlinks, making sure your local listings are right, your website's easy for Google to crawl, the usual stuff.
And yeah, that foundation, it's still absolutely vital. Roxford Digital really stresses this. Traditional SEO is still what gets you seen on Google Maps. When someone searches walk-in clinic near me, that's your SEO working. Oh. It's also key for just basic trust when people are doing manual searches, scrolling through results, and of course for showing up on review sites, directories, all that.
Right. But here's the twist, a really interesting, maybe less clear part. GEO. Generative engine optimization. This isn't about climbing a list of links. GEO is optimizing so your practice, your info, gets included inside the answers AI gives directly. We're talking Google's AI overviews, ChatGPT when it browses the web, Microsoft Copilot, Perplexity.ai, those kinds of platforms.
Exactly. These tools aren't just listing websites. Their job is to synthesize information from sources they trust, sources they see as authoritative, and then they present a neat, complete answer right there. And here's the kicker. If your clinic, your content isn't part of that synthesis, well, for that AI answer, you basically don't exist.
Okay, let's use an example Roxford Digital mentioned because it really makes it clear. Someone searches, say, where can I find an allergy specialist in Denver? Now, maybe your clinic is #1 in the regular Google results for that. Great SEO. But if the AI can't easily understand and cite your website's info, you might be completely missing from the AI's direct answer. That patient might just never even see your clinic.
That really highlights the core difference, doesn't it? Let's maybe lay out side by side. SEO's focus. Rank high in the search results list. Traditional Google, Bing, etc. GEO's focus. Get included, cited, be part of the AI-generated answer itself.
And who are we optimizing for? SEO targets, well, Google's algorithm, Bing's, the directories. GEO, you're optimizing for the large language models, for ChatGPT, AI overviews, Copilot. You're trying to inform the AI.
Right, and the tactics differ too, or at least the emphasis does. SEO leans heavily on keywords, schema markup, that's structured data, helping search engines understand content, and of course, backlinks. GEO puts more weight on, let's say, trust signals, consistent citations across the web, factual accuracy, the authority of your content. It's a bit more nuanced.
So what does success look like? SEO success is seeing your page rank climb top 3 first page. GEO success means your clinic or information about it appears within those summary paragraphs the AI generates, often with a source link.
And finally, visibility. Where does it come from? SEO visibility is driven by search volume for keywords and your ranking position. GEO visibility. That depends much more on how the AI perceives your authority, your trustworthiness, and the quality, the structure of your actual content. It's less about just keywords.
Now, why is this GEO thing especially important for healthcare? For you, the listener, running a practice? Well, Roxford Digital points out patient behavior is changing fast. People want quick answers they feel they can trust. They're less likely to click through 5 articles anymore. They ask the AI.
And the consequence is pretty stark. If your clinic isn't mentioned in that first AI answer someone gets, you might have just lost that potential patient. Right there. They got an answer. Maybe it seems complete. Why dig deeper?
So what actually helps a healthcare brand show up in these AI answers? What influences GEO? Roxford Digital mentions a few key things. One is being cited consistently on other trusted sites, medical journals, reputable local sources. It's like the AI is checking your references.
It's like corroboration. The AI looks for consistency. Another big factor is having website content that answers real patient questions in plain language, not just jargon, not just lists of services, real answers. And using structured data, like schema.org for physicians or medical clinics, that helps the AI categorize and understand your specific information much better.
Yeah, it acts like signposts for the AI. And fundamentally, you need content that's factual, current, and linkable. Stuff the LLMs, the AI brains can actually use and trust. Rocks for Digital actually talks about structuring a clinic's whole online presence to hit both SEO and GEO targets, so you show up in both places.
Which brings us to the risks if you don't pay attention to GEO. It's easy to think, my SEO is solid, I rank well, I'm fine. But maybe not. Like we said, AI overviews can answer the question directly, sometimes without even showing the website links prominently. Your #1 ranking might not get seen.
Oof. And think about this. Your competitors, they could get cited in those AI summaries. Even if their services aren't better, if they've done their GEO homework, they get that prime spot in the AI's answer.
Absolutely. Plus, the trend seems clear. Traffic from traditional organic search is likely to flatten or even decrease as these AI features roll out more widely. So this isn't some far-off future thing. This impacts your visibility potentially today and tomorrow. It's urgent.
Okay. So what can clinics actually do? How do you prepare for both SEO and GEO? Good news is you don't scrap your SEO. Keep doing the on-page optimization, the technical SEO, the local stuff. That's still table stakes.
Right. But you need to layer GEO on top. That means actively creating content that's structured well, easy to scan, and directly answers common patient questions. Think FAQs, detailed service explanations, written clearly.
And actively work on those citation signals. Make sure your clinic's name, address, phone number, website, the NAP plus W info is identical and listed correctly everywhere that matters online. Medical directories, local listings, build that consistent footprint.
And it really comes down to establishing your practice as an authority, a trusted source. That's more than keywords. It's about demonstrating real expertise in a way AI can understand. Like Rocks for Digital says, GEO is key to making sure you're in those AI answers people are starting to rely on.
And interestingly, Rocks for Digital offers something called a brand awareness review. It sounds like it assesses how you show up in both traditional search and these AI results. Helps you see how AI views your clinic, spots competitors in AI answers, and suggests ways to improve both SEO and GEO. Seems useful if you feel like your brand is strong, but maybe your online visibility isn't matching up.
Exactly. It gives you that baseline. Where do you stand right now in this new landscape, and what do you need to do next?
So let's wrap this up for you, our listener, the big takeaway. Healthcare brands just can't focus only on traditional SEO anymore. You absolutely have to embrace GEO, optimizing for AI answers to stay visible and connect with patients now.
And for you, staying informed efficiently, this whole shift is critical. It changes the fundamental way patients find care. Understanding that is key, whether you're in marketing management or just want to grasp the modern patient journey.
And here's a final thought to chew on. As AI becomes this central hub for health information, how healthcare providers need to change their entire communication strategy. What does trust look like to an AI? What signals of authority will matter most? It's definitely something we'll all need to keep thinking about.